morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, cause it's showtime!
And morning on the can you hear me?
No. He says no, he's sitting next to you. They hear you.
Me. What do you mean no, Vinny? Welcome to the Morning Brew. Yes, we are trying out to see if this will work. I have a big enough mouth that maybe I can get away with it.
Maybe, we'll see.
We'll see. Is it muffled?
Good morning to you.
Welcome
Give
to
it
the
a try and
Brew.
see.
Can you actually hear me?
I hear you, but I'm sitting next to you. Yes, they hear you.
Slick says no.
Oh no, I can hear you.
Well, I'll hear
Is it
you.
muffled?
I just want you to know, thanks to Tracy at Healing Moments, we all now have our own identifiable shield. So for those of you that are going to question, how are we going to know whose is whose? We had a little creative arts project, but it could be a whole lot of fun project. You know, this would make a great project for kids for arts and crafts with the shields. And they can decorate them any way they want. They can put eyes, a nose, a mouth. It could be a whole lot of fun.
I'm not going to mess up my shield.
Not you, but you're not a kid.
Oh, the kids.
But I think for a kid's craft project, it could be a lot of fun.
I think Slick could put a mustache because he can't grow one.
You can put a mustache, you can put glitter, you can put all kinds of stones.
Glitter.
It could be
That's
fun.
all I need is I need to see a world of glitter.
It could be a lot of fun. I'm just saying, it takes me back to the days.
You really need like right here to see so you can do.
You know, I don't understand you 90% of the time when you don't have that on.
You can.
He's very muffled.
You can decorate down here.
We just have to lighten up that stage for you girls. It's a little dark, but we're having the morning zoo out here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I think that camera needs more exposure or more light, guys.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, the water bottles in here.
How much water is in that?
An oxygen tank?
Really?
Goodness, great. What is it with the water things?
They're smart. Half a gallon. I think you got to change the exposure. Half a gallon. Wow.
Good morning. I had a fantastic phone call this morning.
You did? With whom?
With Steve-O from New York Sound.
Okay.
Who was watching the show, and you know his wife was going through what she's going through. They had 2 more sessions, but he was talking about, I saw you running for president of the United States. So he would like to be the Secretary of Defense. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring all those mobsters that we had up in the New York, remember the New York Sound piece?
Yes.
And Washington will be invaded
This
by
was
New
before
York.
our current crew. I think it was even before Teddy.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time. They haven't seen it.
Hilarious.
They were funny. That first show they did, where they brought that box for me to put on, that's everything in the prop box came from that show. They brought me curlers and juicy fruit and all kinds of things. A hard hat.
They were laughing. So they want to bring that crew back.
He should be Secretary of Entertainment.
No, he's going to be
That's what's missing at the White House, by the way.
Wow.
Entertainment.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, there is quite a lot of entertainment, but I
Listen.
mean actual fun entertainment is what we're
The
missing.
zoo comes to Washington. it's turned into the most ridiculous thing.
But that would be fun. So he's coming. That was one of the reasons I wanted him to do a virtual interview also because of his home situation.
He should be on at the midday show, and he's bringing somebody with him about kids.
On the midday show, which I'm excited about that. Our Kids Network has a new page, and Veggie Vero is going to be on Saturday, and she's interviewing a little girl and her farm. That was this little girl's backyard, which is amazing if you saw that. And she's got her next one scheduled for next weekend, so that's going to be coming out weekly.
So the Children's Television Network will be airing at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. on Saturdays. We're going to keep reminding you.
Followed by
that
Kids
this
in
week.
Capes.
And we have some fun and games also, some stuff the kids can do at home, some home projects. I'm also thinking about putting the cookie cutter, the animator, on that show.
Well, remember I asked you over the weekend, I was wondering if we'd actually put his show on Friday because I think his show would be a great addition to our Kids Network. So I was going to re-air it, so I did, but if we had aired it on Friday. I re-aired it on Saturday for that very reason. That's exactly why. Get out of my head.
It's a lot of fun.
But he would be a great kids addition.
He's funny.
He is funny.
I gotta tell you something.
Huh? You can't breathe?
No, I can breathe. This thing is making my nose itch, and I'm about to sneeze.
You don't well, if you sneeze, you're going to have a sneeze shield on.
If I sneeze, oh, that would be so
That's
gross.
the
Can you
purpose.
imagine? You sneeze and there's a white mist inside this
But just
mask?
think that will show you exactly what goes out
No.
into the air.
No,
Talk
don't do
about
that.
Bill Nye the Science Guy
I-
project.
I'm terribly embarrassed if that happens.
Just get up and walk
I
around.
can't drink my coffee this way either. We need your friend's mask.
I'm going to order them. I'm going to
I
order them
sent
today.
them.
She sent me the link.
Oh,
But I have
okay.
so many things to order running this place that I actually just ordered new air filters. So those are on the way, guys, so you don't have to do those anymore. I'm not complaining at all. I do have to order the masks, though.
Tone it down.
These masks, though, I think are spectacular. I don't know how to pronounce them. I don't know if it's Lush. I don't know. So I don't want to.
Is she coming on the air today?
Maybe I'll have her tomorrow. LUCE. They are light, washable, breathable.
Very
They don't
good
hurt your
mask.
ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's jealous. All right, so I got a couple of questions this morning.
Uh-oh.
You know, I'm hearing myself.
I know.
You are?
It's no. I'm saying
Oh.
in this with this shield.
Take
I
the
hear
shield
myself.
off.
No, because now I feel naked. If I take it off. Remember the prince that was dressed? He was naked and he thought that he had a
The
gown on?
Emperor's new clothes?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I feel like I got the Emperor's new mask. I got a question. You guys ever visit Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they always have something that's out of the box, straightforward, and sort of embarrasses you. A saying, an observation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ever happen?
They're laughing, girls. Val just went to see her grandma yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to join in this, because we'd like to hear, oh, don't call because there's nobody to man the phones. But if you want to write in,
Right in.
you can write in and we'll read it on the air. So let's start with Val. What did Grandma or Grandpa say to you that you found like was like so out of the box? And you can't say anything, right?
What do you mean? Well,
know-
I mean, she always complains that I'm pale.
So when she sees you, what does she say? You look
She
like
goes,
the
"Why are you
ghost?
so pale?"
And you say because I wear long sleeves and long pants and I
Well,
don't get out in the
because
sun?
I used to, when I was in high school, I was outside like literally every other weekend camping, so I used to be really tan, I guess. But that doesn't happen anymore, so I guess I'm just really pale.
Oh, okay.
Well, not
no
really-
words of wisdom.
Huh?
Teddy, I know your grandma has words of wisdom because she writes them in all the time.
I was gonna say I can't say because my grandma's like for sure watching. I'm gonna get yelled at.
Although she finds Freddie quite amusing. Here's the thing that you got to love about Freddie. Besides our new segment, which we're going to need a new intro to that's called Freddie Says,
Yes.
or Freddie Said, because if they gave me a nickel for every time I got a Freddie Said, I would be on the boat with Lady N right now. I get it. But Freddie said, well, Freddie said it, then we are good to go on that. Sometimes the Freddie Saids. Freddie said this, Freddie said that. So Freddie said, that was a good show. Then it was a good show. Freddie said, I can have $1 million. Really? Go talk to Freddie. Freddie said, all the Freddie said. That's going to be a grandpa line.
Don't
Yes.
don't hate the player, baby. Hate the game.
But what is that? How is it that it's always a Freddie said?
Well, obviously somebody's paying attention,
So big.
and now it's going to be Mr. President.
Mr. President, I kind of like those on you, by the way. I
Yeah,
wonder if you
I
put
feel
your readers
presidential.
on, you can see.
ordered
Wouldn't it be
ears,
cool?
the
Readers,
straw one,
your
yeah.
glasses.
Yeah.
You could actually see and be protected all at once.
Well, Dawn, the bottom line is, who's ever telling you Freddie says, they happen to be 110% correct.
Oh, I'm excited that our Business Kitchen show on Thursdays at 11 o'clock is now expanding their platform.
And this is the
radio.
way Dawn rolls. You see, we have a segment going on about
Freddie
what
said, but this
Grandma
is what
and
Freddie
Grandpa
said.
says, and now we'll leave the
How did I end
segment
up- how did I
after the half hour.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go.
Take it easy.
Grandma and Grandpa, so now that you're a grandpa 3 times over,
I
what are
get
your
to do
words of
this.
wisdom?
I get to say things.
What are
Wait
your
a
words
minute,
of
Teddy,
wisdom?
we're gonna let Grandma get away with? She doesn't tell you nothing. Your hair's too long.
So like, yeah, my grandma watches, and she's like for sure watching, and I don't want to get in trouble this weekend.
So, Grandma, do me a
So
favor.
Bubby, you're perfect, and I
Write
love
in.
you.
Write in and tell us what you tell Teddy all the time. That way we can tell the world.
Please don't ask my kids because they would give you an earful.
Well, tell me
But
some.
their grandparents are always watching also.
So what does Mom and Dad say to you? What did your grandparents say to you?
My grandfather would always tell me worrying doesn't do any good, that it's only a waste of energy.
So he said
Whatever
you were
happens,
a worry ward or something?
pretty much. So he always says, don't worry because it's just a waste of energy to worry because worrying doesn't make it any better. which is true. So I try and hold on to that. They always had these little Danish cookies, you know, in the tin.
Oh,
they
the
still
butter
make.
cookies?
The butter
Oh,
Danish
yeah.
Blue
cookies.
tin.
The tin. They always had
Yeah.
those. My mom's parents and my dad's parents, my grandmother always had apple pie, and they always gave us money. So
Yeah, yes, that's true. Grandparents always gave you money. Remember that?
my dad's parents
doesn't.
would go over. They'd always give us.
Quarter and they'd go.
Mine always sends us home with food or something.
I
She's
get like a
"Here,
silver
take
dollar,
this."
or yeah, the food thing.
That's
Mine-
because Dawn's grandparents were loaded.
Like,
They have money. In the poor sections, we get food. I used to get a banana.
it's funny. All the silver dollars
Oh,
they
she
gave us
sends
that we
home, like,
collected.
half of her refrigerator.
I like to think I should really check them and see by the dates if they're actually worth anything, because they always would give us these silver dollars. Do they even still make those Susan B. Anthony
Yes.
dollars?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they're worth
I've
more than
found
a
them,
dollar.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
like
the
personally,
silver
but
dollars
like
they don't make anymore, no, because it costs too much money
So
to
they should
make.
always give us silver dollars.
people still pay with them.
Do they?
No.
What are they worth? $1?
Yeah.
People pay you with a silver dollar? Isn't that funny? The things you remember.
But what year is that silver dollar? That's what you gotta look
I
at.
got
I don't know.
a box of them.
It's been a while.
You got a box of them, you should have them analyzed and find out if they're any worth any money.
I
and then
could.
give it to
Maybe I
Freddie.
could pay you guys.
Freddie says give it to Freddie.
I'm ready to pay the crew, and I'm like somehow like Freddie
Yeah, a
says
bag
pay
of
Freddie.
3 silver pieces, like a World of Warcraft
13.
character.
You know, we're going to go backwards. Now we're going back to the barter system. Here's a silver dollar for you, and see whatever. This is what we're going down
What
to.
was the name of that game that you used to play? Simon Says. Freddie
Simon
says.
says we
says,
should
"Hey,
do
Freddie."
that.
Yeah,
You guys, we should create a game. Freddie says, like Simon says.
you're funny.
Stand on
That's
one foot,
terrifying.
jump up and down, and touch your nose. Do you guys ever play
Run
Simon
here,
Says?
run there, do this, do that.
Val, do the board. Teddy, do the sound. Val, do that board. We have Freddie says.
At the same time. What do you
Freddie
mean-
says yes.
What do you mean you're doing 2 boards at one time? Yeah, I remember my father asked me to change oil on 2 vans at one time. He gave me both keys, and I looked at him and says, "And how do I do that?" He laughed.
Slowly.
Oh, that's right. 2 vans. You can't be in 2 places. Take one, then take the other. Slick, grandma, grandpa, what they ever say to you?
Oh, for me, it was really nothing, to be honest with you. My grandparents always, they never even said anything weird.
Did they know who you were?
They knew who I was.
Okay.
But they always went back and forth to Haiti, so.
So they never said to you, "Wow, you're getting bigger, you're getting this, you're getting that."
No, because they always see me like as a child. Either they tell me I'm getting darker because they see me like
Your
my
grandparents
complexion
thought
was
you were
lighter.
getting
You getting
darker.
darker?
Yeah.
Were you sitting outside?
No, I wasn't sitting
You're getting
outside.
darker.
No,
How the
but
hell
that
do
was
you
the
get
time
darker?
that I was coming. I was
Tan?
coming here for vacation from Boston. I'm like, I'm getting lighter. He's like, no, you're getting darker.
You're getting
But
tan.
They're deceased and
So your
passed,
your grandparents thought you're getting darker.
yeah, that's the only
You
thing.
guys
But
have
like,
nice
it-
grandparents. They don't embarrass you.
I was going to say,
I
I have
can't-
one for one of my sisters.
Okay.
My sister used to, before I was born, she called our grandpa Croca. And I just remember every time she would come in, everyone would just start screaming Croca to make fun of her. Like, she had good catchphrases that they would
Crocker?
always repeat. But yeah, Croca.
What the hell is a crocker?
That's what she called our grandfather. And there's a whole story of like she kept saying Croca, and he kept trying to bring her like crackers, cake, and everything. And he had no idea what she wanted. She was like 3 years old, and he had no idea what it was. And she was calling him Croca.
Like Papa, maybe, I don't know.
Crocker. Betty
Crocker.
Crocker. I want you to cook me a cake.
Well, that's how my dad got his name, because the first thing Chelsea said was Pa Mickey, because Mickey Mouse. And that's how my dad
Aw,
got
he's
his
Pa
name.
Mickey.
He's Pa Mickey.
Oh, I'm gonna call him that from now on. You didn't tell me.
He's Pa Mickey, because that's how the first words Chelsea ever said was Pa Mickey. She looked at him, and that's how it stuck. She was probably 2 years old.
My cousin Vinny, what grandma and grandpa ever say to you?
I remember my grandma used to say to me or to everyone in the family, was like, "You remember that toy you has a kid, Vinny? Remember that?" It's like, "Yes, Grandma, I do." Like, she just say that a lot because I used to bring that toy everywhere with me. So that's like one nostalgia for her.
Your toys.
Aw.
Yeah.
What do your grandparents say to you, Freddie?
My grandfather once pulled me to the side, and he's looking at me strangely. And he says to me, "What do you call those pants?" I said, "They're called jeans." They were jeans. He says, "Do you sleep in them things?" I go, "Why?" "Because that's all you wear is jeans." I used to wear jeans in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, you don't wear jeans. It's so freaking
What are you
hot.
going to say?
You wear shorts or cottons or stuff like that, like, you know, whatever. So I said to him, "Grandpa, in the States, we all wear jeans." So he went over to my mother, and he gave her $5. And he said, my mother said, "What's this for?" He says, "Buy him pants." Buy him pants. He can't
Words
wear
of
them.
wisdom. And then my grandmother used to always say, books are your friends. And she would, that was back in the day when you actually had books. We've got books here, but before everything was online, and she always wrote in the books. So all the books I have
Oh,
from her
yep.
still were a message from my grandmother. She was a reading teacher.
Really? You know, John F. Kennedy did that with his kids.
Really?
Everything he did, he used to go to a book to get an answer. Even if the answer wasn't in the book, he did it on purpose so they can learn that reading is fundamental.
But a lot of them were our kids' books, like Are You My Mother? All those, the little bird books. What do you say to your grandchildren now, Grandpa?
Are You My Mother? There's a book called Are You My Mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
It's a
Yeah,
really cute
it's a
book.
classic kids book.
Are You My Mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little
Is there
bird.
like a blood test or something?
No, it's a
What's
little
that
bird
about?
goes around, looks at all the other animals to see if who's its mother.
And in the end, he finds
I
his
don't think that
mother.
is a politically correct book.
Why?
Because, are you my mother? Can you imagine I walk up to my mother and say, hey, Mom, are you my mother? And she smacked me in the head.
But he didn't. He had to find the bird that was his mother.
You gotta find your mother, is what it's saying. You gotta
You
find
know,
a bird.
You
So
know,
if I'm
they
an
let him out
ostrich, I
to
gotta find an
fly. He
ostrich.
spread his wings and flew, and they had to find his way back home.
How can you lose your mother?
Isn't it a
You don't
Dr.
lose your
Seuss
mother.
book?
If you're a bird and you fly
No.
away, you got to fly back.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
back to the question.
How do birds know?
What do you tell your grandchild?
How
Why are
do-
you avoiding
how
my
do bir-
question?
Now you got me questioning. How do birds know which is its mother when they all look the same?
Birds of a feather.
Flock together. I
That's
know
how.
the rhyme, but how did they know?
Intuition. Maybe they know where their nest is.
No, that's not good enough.
How
If
does
I'm on
any
the
animal
wild
know?
and
Can
I'm
you guys
zooming,
fact check him, please? How do birds know who their mother is? They
They read
feed
the
them.
book.
Look out! Let's talk to them outside. They, read the book.
They feed them for a while though.
They feed them?
Yeah. The baby birds get fed for a while, so I'm pretty sure they would know how their mother and dad look or smell.
So let me get this right. If you had a stadium of 10,000
Maybe it's your scent.
Yeah.
of 10,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
and you looked out into the crowd, you could point your mom. If she didn't say it's me, can you point your mom?
Yeah, I can point at my mom.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
You guys can do that?
Yeah, definitely.
I couldn't even see the faces
can
of the
point my
people.
mom.
10,000 people, you can point out your mom.
Yeah.
In 10,000 without
Because-
her saying it's me, it's
Yeah.
me.
She
Probably.
wouldn't want to be
Yeah.
there.
My
so-
mom?
Really?
My mom has bushy, curly red hair, so
Your
Mom
mom
looks
has
exactly
bushy
like me.
red hair?
curly hair.
Is that real red or that's painted red?
No, it's real red.
Really?
It apparently when she was younger, she had brown hair like mine, and then as she got older, it just changed color.
She's got red hair, huh?
Your
she's got
mom
red
is a
hair.
carrot top.
So I could probably pick her out in a crowd of people.
My
That is
mom,
bad.
you could all pick out in a crowd of people. You've all seen her, right?
She has
No.
purple
And
hair.
just ask Hector. Oh, well, you know what Hector's answer should be.
Yeah, I'm thinking about we can't put Hector
I'm
on
still
the,
wondering how you
children's
avoided
network.
my question of what are your words of wisdom to your grandsons?
Well, it's funny because Freddie put Brecken
Brecken,
is a soccer player.
Beckham
Beckham.
is the soccer player.
Whatever, Brecken.
Brecken,
Whatever.
as in
You know what I'm
Breckenridge,
talking about?
is your grandson,
Yeah.
yes.
He put him on the phone. And he's changing already. He's beginning to change. So I said to him, he looks like a Mexican you.
Kind of does.
He looks like a little Mexican jumping bean. So
He
now
does.
my name for him is the little jumping bean because he looks
He
kinda
definitely
Mexican.
looks a little Hispanic.
Yeah. Now Rowan looks exactly like me. I keep telling you, I'm gonna bring in a picture.
Looks like you?
Looks like me when I was his age.
Really?
It is so freaking scary. The same lips and everything else. It's the same head, the whole nine.
He's got a big head.
Yeah. And when I watch him, I say, oh my God, he's pure Santori. I'm telling you, that kid.
Let's see a baby picture.
Of who?
Did you see of you?
I gotta bring it in though, and it's not like I have him in my wallet.
Let's find a baby picture of you. Did you see the picture of him in the fire suit?
No, I haven't
Girls?
seen that one.
No,
No.
you were talking about it yesterday.
You got to
didn't
see this
it.
picture. He looks just like Freddie Jr.
Oh.
I mean, so then I'd say maybe he looks like a Santori. And you think the baby looks like Val. What would you tell Joey? That
Joey
kid's going
looks
to
like
run
his
rings
mom.
around you. He does.
I call Joey the Bruiser.
Yeah.
Do you know?
What are your words of wisdom, though? What are you going to tell them when they go pop pop and they come over for those
Well, right
Danish
now,
butter
they're too
cookies?
young.
But what do you think?
Joey, I tell him stop eating. You're eating too much. Because he eats everything.
My grandfather used to tell me I really had a hard time giving change. You know, back in the day when people paid in cash,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
gave them coins back. We would sit in their kitchen table for hours and hours, try to teach me, and I was always off the dollar because I always would like round up. It was like $6.40. To me, it was like $4.60 you got back. He's like, no. He goes, you know what? Maybe math is not your thing.
Well, did you hear the latest? They don't want you to do change.
Because you don't want to touch it, I
Because you don't
know.
want to touch it. So now what they're
There's
doing,
it's a shortage too.
Yeah.
Really?
There's
There's
a
a
coin
shortage of
shortage.
coins?
Grandma says be careful.
I told you I didn't say nothing, Bubby. You're perfect.
Bubby, she said nothing. Her
I
lips
said
are
nothing.
sealed.
What do you call her, Bubba?
Bubby.
Bubby. Hey, Bubby. How are you? Bubby, we're all good. It's okay because grandparents can say anything, which was the point of this whole story.
There's a shortage of change?
There is.
Yes.
No, what they're doing is they don't want to use change anymore. You know the machines that used to go to Publix and put the machine in for them? I think they're taking those out as well.
Really?
So now, yeah.
ATMs?
Yeah, because apparently change has a very high disease factor to it. Nobody ever sanitizes change.
Sure.
So what they're doing now is, let's say that they
Right.
owe you 15 cents or 20 cents. They want you to give it to your charity. And the store will give it to the Fireman's Fund, first responders. In other words, it's like a tip to charity.
Roll it up.
If you don't want to give it back to the store. Because a lot of people think that the stores, it's not fun to give them the money. So
Interesting.
they did that at Firehouse Subs, and you give it to first responders.
That's cool.
So they don't give you change. I mean, they give you the change back. They don't want to.
Do you guys ever collect your change and then,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah? Ever collect your change, guys?
What you
Do you
put it
roll
in?
it or what do you do with it?
I put it like in a vase.
And do you ever cash it in for dollars?
I used to. Like, I used to get like 20, 30. Like, a good amount.
Slick, you too?
Yeah, what is it? I used to collect it, but I put them in gallons, like gallon bottles. I cut it open and just put my change in there.
You guys still collecting it or you cash it all in?
I still do.
I don't cash in, but I collect. So I have like change on.
You should cash it in. It's more money than you think.
True, but
You guys save your change?
Yeah, when I was a kid, if you walked around my house, we all collected the change, me, my mom, and my dad. So you'd see like a cup full of change, there was a jar full of change, we have a cooler full of change. Like you walked into every room and there was something full of change in it because we all collected it.
You can cash it in at the grocery stores. I remember we went to a vacation every summer and we would sit and we would roll it all out and that would be their spending money on vacation.
You know the 5-gallon jugs?
Uh-huh.
I had a friend of mine who worked for the Pepsi company. And he says, you put that 5-gallon jug by the entrance of your door. In other words, where you walk in and out to go to work or home, whatever. And every day you come home, you empty your pockets. And every day when you're leaving, you empty your pockets. And he says, and you're going to be shocked. He says, no pennies. No pennies. You can't put pennies in the jug because they take too much room.
Huh.
And he says, and you're going to find out you're going to save a lot of money. So I did this for a year. Over $1,000 inside the jug, right? So my ex-wife Michelle one day decides when I was at work to cut open the jug. It must have weighed 500 pounds, and start counting all the money. So when I got home, it was all on the floor: the nickels, the dimes, the quarters, the $50, all on the floor, and paper was allowed as well. And she says, $1,000. I never saw the money.
Probably not. Probably not. That's exactly how it rolls. What
Is
else?
it?
What else are
Really?
people commenting, Freddie?
What they got?
Just Grandma says, "Be careful, Teddy." Good morning, Jay Harmon, to you as well.
It's funny. I wonder if Jay Harmon's a granddad.
I don't know if Jay Harmon's a grandfather. We should find out. Jay, do you have grandchildren? The words of wisdom from your grandchildren. Ready to take a commercial break?
We have to give them a chance to get over.
I'm giving them a chance to unhook and take a commercial
Now
break.
you can talk about what are we doing Thursday, 11 o'clock?
Thursday at 11 o'clock, The Business Kitchen is now airing live on WWNN Radio right during our morning shows, their morning business lineup. Great exposure about growing your business. All the way from Nantucket is this Thursday.
And who is the host?
The host is Natalia Levy, otherwise known as Lady N.
Lady Ann. She travels all over the world. It's going to be a challenge to get that thing on the air.
We're going to do it, though. Slick has been doing it for the past how many weeks? 6 weeks?
yeah, I'll say so. But it's been nice.
You've been doing a great job. So we're going to teach you, Slick, how to get it on the radio now.
Okay, no problem.
What we're going to do is we're going to shift things around. I want to put Vinny on the board today and put Slick on the bigger board today.
Because we're going to run her show from in there since we're already set up for radio.
You got to bring the elements and everything else in there.
Slick's going to send them over to you.
Okay.
All right. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
They call me Don Pablo, and 20 years ago, I discovered my passion for great quality coffee. Today, we're roasting excellent quality coffee that's rich, smooth, and very complex. It's a taste that's new in the world.
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Roku. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Pioneer with us.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
At the what?
Brooklyn Cafe Show. Freddie for
You
president.
got a little tongue tied there.
Freddie
Yes,
for president.
That's right. Did you see some of the common stuff that's going on in different? I guess those are my ears. There's going on. They had a meeting in West Palm Beach. I was talking about that the other day, and they talk about how much, when they're going to open schools and they can't get out of their own way. So the room was packed.
Yes.
There was like 500 people in this room. Half of them had masks, half did not. And they're shoulder to shoulder. So they called the meeting off. And it said, ladies and gentlemen, this is not social distancing. You got to go. And there was an uproar because they wanted this. And I mean, if you're going to hold a meeting, hold it at a stadium where everybody can be separated or something.
There's no way to separate people. I'm still looking at these flowers from yesterday.
You like them?
They're nice.
Somebody
I'm
thought they were
like
real?
touching, thinking, are they real? If they were real by now, they wouldn't. But they feel real, don't they?
No.
They're not.
Yes, they are. You like them?
Are those the ones that came in the box?
Yeah. Yeah, those are the ones you put on the table. Teddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
They
remember when
feel
you put
real,
them on
though,
the
don't they?
table, Teddy?
Yeah.
Dina was, you guys couldn't hear the mics yesterday. Dina was asking about what time of day they bloom. And she was touching them. And I go, but they're not real. She says, well, Slick and I think they're real. And we're like, do they open up during the day? Do they open at night? And Freddie went on with this whole thing because Freddie said, jump up and down on one toe.
I was gonna have her believe that when she's in the room, they open up, but you blew it, telling her no, they're not
that
real.
they're not, but they look beautiful. These came in that basket through Fuego.
But they're not real.
It's okay.
It's artificial real.
So my mother says to me the other day, she says, I just want you to know I replanted all my summer and spring flowers. I said, that's great. She said, I got them at the dollar store. So my mom buys these like for $1 a stem, and those are her flowers. And
Outside?
Outside.
How
And
do they hold up?
They're plastic, so I guess they hold up quite well.
No, they don't. They actually turn.
These
to
might
cotton.
not, but these are nice. But the plastic ones at the dollar store, that's what she puts around her mailbox, so when the dogs pee on them, they don't die. That's what she puts in her pots, so you just have to water them, they don't die. Sorry, Mom, all your secrets.
How can you rat your mom out? That gives me an idea. You ever have a part of your house that never gets enough water or sun, and the plants die, no matter what you put in there?
Yes.
Any place here, that's when we send
Yeah.
them home with Teddy.
So
Yep.
in front, you send Teddy home with a bowl of dirt, is what you send home.
How is that dirt?
Get in there.
She says, "Here, can you make this come alive?" There was nothing in it. It was dirt.
I said, do you want this, or should I throw it away? You're like,
Even
"No,
the
take
dirt
it."
was missing.
But the bowl is nice.
The bowl is I have to bring the bowl back. I have him in it right now. I can't repot it yet.
even the dirt was missing.
Well, what do you do to bring that back to life? There's a stem
So that one I'm still experimenting with because I don't know what kind of plant it is, so I don't really know what it needs. But I redid its dirt. I like cracked all the old dry dirt off of the roots, washed the roots, put it in some new, just like general potting soil because I don't know what it wants. I put some fertilizer in it. I have some like debugging stuff in it.
Wow.
And I'm just kind of spritzing it. I'm keeping it in medium light, and we're experimenting day by day.
All with one
See what he wants.
sprout.
I have one
that's a lot
idea.
of
I have
work.
an idea.
Okay.
We have this big planter in the back here.
Yes.
I want to put that in the front,
Yes.
and I want to put a huge fake flower. I don't
Oh.
want real flower. And put it on the corner.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that we put some kind of design
I'll bring
inside.
my mom up to pot it for you.
Something inside. I don't want dirt. I don't want dirt. Being that it's not real anyway, I don't want dirt in there
Why don't you want real?
because I already experimented with real and you, and they don't mix.
Yeah, I have a problem keeping plants alive. Although the ones in here right now are doing pretty good. If because you take care of them.
She brought. They don't die plants.
They are dawn-proof plants. They are foolproof, like me cooking. Did you see? So last night, Lady Ann's sending us, because she's a chef, healthyintent.com, amazing recipes. She sends a picture of what's for dinner. And she made like
But she's a
chicken
chef.
and tuna, ahi tuna, and all these things that just happened to be where she was because someone else was catching fresh tuna because she's up in Nantucket. Me, I sent her an empty cup of soup. Did you see my dinner?
I saw that.
She
That was
goes-
hilarious. I didn't see it till this morning, but I just stopped watching because I was getting hungry and hungry watching her dishes, and then you sent her an empty cup of soup.
She goes, yum, did you have anything else with that empty cup? But she's very intelligent.
So I wanted to try an experiment.
Okay.
Do you remember when you were in school, they gave you an egg to take care of?
Yes. Boys?
No,
No.
they don't really do that
we got to do
anymore.
it with them. You guys never did it?
No.
No.
So you take a pen and you put a face on the egg, and
Oh,
you
I
have
know
to
where this
name your
is
egg,
going
and you have to take care of the egg. You can't drop
Or a flour
it.
bag.
I was gonna say there was an there was an episode of Kim Possible where they did a bag of flour.
Bag of flour.
Yeah.
Bag of flour. Do you remember?
No, because
that?
a bag of flour
do
you
remember
throw
the
in the back of the
episode.
car, and that's the end of the experiment. You have to have an egg
Hey, Ezra.
because you can't have an egg.
Good morning.
Good morning. Patelas with deliciousness.
How you doing?
He's doing good.
Want
He-
some coffee? No more coffee.
that's why he's so calm now.
Ah, maybe I should try that.
Wiry. That's
Yeah.
because he drinks that Cuban coffee.
I know the pasteles were great though.
Excellent.
Let me know if you want to order because my friend makes them.
He sells them by the dozen? How much he wants for a dozen? Ask him.
Thank you.
And ask him if he makes meats also, meat, but
Yeah, he does.
okay. Those I like better than chicken.
See you later.
Okay.
Thanks, Israel.
So the egg, you have to keep it intact because it will break. It will rot.
You can't hard boil it?
No, I did that and I almost got thrown out of school for doing it.
You boiled your baby.
You boiled your baby.
You boiled yours, I bet.
No, I was just thinking of it. No, what I was thinking of, you know how you make Easter eggs and you blow all the stuff through it? You could do that.
How long would a raw egg last?
It has to be in the refrigerator.
That is not refrigerated. You're not going to eat it.
It would smell bad.
How long?
The day.
Somebody Google it.
How long can a raw egg last?
I think
Yes.
it's like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that.
3 or 4 weeks.
In the
that's
fridge,
about
right?
No, outside. You're going to put your baby in the fridge?
Yeah.
I never understood why, because I've seen it in shows, why you didn't just like take it home, draw a face on it, and then just like put it somewhere. Like I always saw on TV shows people would break it because they were taking it everywhere. Like why
Right.
couldn't you just
Because
leave
it's
it?
supposed to be a child. So
'Cause
you
you
don't
can't leave
leave
your
You're
child
supposed to
home
be
Okay,
You
but
don't
like
leave
I
your
actually
child
did
home
real
alone,
bad
do
in
you?
school, so like I would have just put it somewhere.
And you have to eat and drink, and you have to write all this down. It's got to be charted for school. They used to make us chart it. So if you didn't eat and drink, then neither did your child. So anyway, long story short, I ended up breaking my egg within the first 20 minutes on the way home. Freaking stupid
sat
egg
on it?
broke. No, I was carrying it, and it broke.
How
You
old
know
were
how
you?
hard it is to carry? What?
How old are you?
I was in the 6th grade. So I told my mother I got bad news. I failed. She says, why? I says, I broke the egg. And she got me another egg. She said, here's another egg. I said, Mom, you don't just kill your kid and get another one. She says, today you do. Today you do.
Well, did you see this story? I think we talked about this before. There was I don't know if it's true or not, but there was something going around where this big corporate office, they gave everyone a pot like this filled with dirt. And they told everyone's pot has different seeds in it. And you were to take it home and water it and do everything you needed to do with it. And in a year, you would bring it back in, and those with the best looking plants were going to get promoted and see what happened. And everyone, they did their job, and some people, they watered it, they didn't water, and at the end of the year, they bring it back in, and some had beautiful flowers. There were pinks and blues and oranges, beautiful. Some were plants, they were all greenery. One guy comes in and he says, I don't know what to tell you. I tried everything, and all I have is dirt. And the owner of the company said, you get the promotion.
Because you were the only honest one.
You were the only honest one, because all I ever gave you was dirt, and everybody else planted something to make it look good.
There you go. Right, so I heard that
Right?
about that.
True story.
I heard about that.
Kind of interesting, right?
That's because human beings aren't to be trusted.
Well, it made me think about what the egg is. What made me think of that
I know.
story.
I got found out, by the way.
Of course you did.
I
You
told
have a very
somebody-
colorful past.
I got from Miss Silverstein says, I heard that you did this, isn't it? I says, yes, I did, Miss Silverstein. And she passed me because I was honest about it.
You just got to be honest. I think that's the one thing we keep missing out on this. Everything that we go through right now is honesty. And the only thing you ever have in this lifetime
Is
your
your word.
integrity and your word. You
Yeah.
are
Your
only
word
as
is your
good
bond.
as your word.
Now, do you got a story that nobody knows about something you did to get over?
But remember, your grandma's watching.
Yeah.
You don't have a story? Yes, you do. Everybody has
can't
a story.
think
It's
of
impossible you don't have
What
a
do you
story.
mean a story to get over?
Like my ex story. That's a true story. I kept that from everybody.
Really?
Yes.
So you want them to
I
reveal their
cheated-
deep, dark secrets on air?
I cheated on an exam in
Right.
NYU in calculus. I cheated. Guy had the answers to the question on his table. If you had good eyesight, you passed. And I had good eyesight at those days, and I passed. I cheated. You
I
ever
can
cheat on a
ask you-
test? Anybody ever cheat on a test?
I have terrible eye vision. You think
Who
I'm going to be able to
hasn't?
see the next person?
You never cheated on a test?
No.
You ever cheat on a test, Val?
Maybe a spelling test.
A spelling test. Yeah, I was a horrible speller. I can't even spell now.
Surprise. You guys?
If I
Oh,
cheat on a
totally.
test, I'd get better grades.
Yeah?
That's how I pass my classes.
That's how you pass your classes. She cheats.
He's honest.
Slick, you cheat?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I
there was
mean,
this
yeah,
one. There was
who
this one
doesn't?
time. There was this one time, like the kids, everybody had, or like the people in my class all had. Everybody had each other's numbers, so we were sending like Morse code on which one to either bubble in or actually write in. We was giving each other the answer because somebody knew.
What
the
kind of
answer.
test?
I think it was a history test. It had to be.
You
a
guys were
history test.
passing around the same answer.
Yeah, we was texting it.
So
like,
everybody had the same answers. That's kind of
Basic-
creepy because
yeah.
you know you're going to get found out.
Oh no, but hey, everybody passed the class, so.
Everybody
mean,
passed the class.
I mean, nobody. I don't.
You ever
I
get
didn't hear
caught?
Nobody say anything about it.
You ever
but-
get caught cheating on a test?
Oh no, not at all. You have
Vinny,
to
you
be-
ever get caught?
You have to be stealth with it.
Why do I have a feeling you did?
I got caught.
I have a feeling you did.
Leading up to it.
Stealth with it.
I got caught. You got caught on a test ever? Or you didn't cheat. You ever
Yeah.
get caught?
I had people cheat off of me when I was in junior year. That's
You
the
see, and
closest
I can
got.
see you helping people.
Yeah, we
pass.
used to, when I was in junior year because of scheduling, because I was in all AP classes, and I went to the regular classes because of whatever scheduling. And I was the kid that, like, I sat at the very corner, and whenever I finished my homework or my test, I would just hand it behind me, and they passed it throughout the class. And the teacher at that point, I think, just didn't care.
They passed your test throughout
Yeah.
the class?
Yeah, and, like, the kid at the end would hand in my test for me, and the teacher just never
So,
said
so
anything.
let me ask you then, if you are helping someone cheat, does that make you an equal cheater?
So they say.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, but
So
my
if you
grade
rob-
is my own. That's all I care about.
Okay. Yeah, but if you get caught and then you get in trouble, you fail for helping somebody else pass.
That's true.
So they say. I used to have a boyfriend that cheated off of me. I know, I always had a boyfriend story.
I don't understand. I would never date any person that cheats off of me because obviously if they cheat off of me, then they cannot hang with me.
No, he's an
How
ex.
can you, why would you cheat, why would you date anybody that cheats off of you?
Well,
Seriously?
things change.
That's
and
a
then-
psychological, we have to go dig deeper into your,
Ever notice my stories are always about I had a boyfriend that did this?
Some of the boyfriend stories that you have told me have kept me speechless.
Which ones?
The coaching ones.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I know. That's what happens when you go to a small private school.
Gonna talk to your mother about that. I'm pretty sure.
When I think back in the day, what we were able to do as kids growing up is so nothing that you guys could do, because everyone can track. Well, maybe growing up, but now everyone's got cell phones. But the next generation, those even between these kids and your grandchildren, that whole generation of always having cell phones and always being tracked and always knowing every single move you're doing. Oh my gosh, totally different. But somehow we all.
But you
that's
guys,
not all we all
what do you
survived.
call it? Big Brother's watching. But so what? So let them watch. Well, what do I care? What are you gonna watch me change my underwear? Okay, so take a
No,
look.
I don't mean that, but parents, things that you do and where you are, and
But why is it that everybody gets so hung over about Big Brother's watching?
Well,
Big
when
Brother's
you guys were kids, I'm assuming it was like a lot easier to like sneak out of your house,
Yeah.
go to a party, sneak to a friend's house, stay out late, and be
Right.
like, oh, I'm studying at the library. Nowadays, nothing. You can't do that at all.
it was always on the honor system. Where are you going? I'm going out, I'm going here, I'm going there. I would take road trips
Yeah.
up to Gainesville with my girlfriends. Okay, I'll see you when you get home. 3-4 days later. Never a question.
You
Yeah.
see, in my house, it was the same way. My mother used to say, I'm not going to track you around. You're good and bad. Your ups and downs. You're grounded, not grounded. There's a one common denominator. You know what it was?
What?
Your report card. If I brought home a report card that had F's on it, it was done. Prison time, quarantine, whatever you want to call. But I was a straight A student. So how are you going to ground a straight A student? She says, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. So I used to hang out 3-4 days a week.
But now, like, everything is tracked, right? Even
Yeah.
now more so. Everyone's tracking everything. They're tracking your heat patterns. And I know these thermometers are being tracked, but whatever. There's certain things you
So
got
what?
to do.
What do you care?
I don't care.
I'm
Rick.
going to start putting a thermometer in my armpit. Takes 16 different
But I think it's a lot harder because I don't think so. How old were you when you got your first phone, girls?
Your first what?
I
Cell
was
phone.
in 7th or 8th grade, but I didn't get a phone that I could actually like, do anything but call people on until high school.
I was in like 6th grade, so I was like probably
Damn.
11 and 12. I'm also the oldest, and we were all in one spot. Like,
Damn.
my brother-
6. Great.
my brother used to get picked up from his elementary school and brought to my school, so all three of us were in aftercare. And one time something happened, and my mom was running late, and she called the school to tell me, and they never told me. So I got a phone sole purposely in case something like that happened again. She could just go directly to me.
She got a phone by default.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
When you first got your first cell phone?
I'll say
Yesterday.
no, not yes. I'll say 8th grade, but 8th grade it wasn't really a cell phone. It was like a track phone, so I couldn't do anything that
Like you girls?
other
Track
cell
phone.
phones did. So I'll say
Same
I'll say
thing?
Yeah, it's an
junior
8th
year of
grade,
high
not track
school.
phone, just like a regular cell phone.
How old are you in the 8th grade?
13.
13?
No, I didn't get no.
13?
I didn't get no.
Yeah, 13, 14.
I didn't get my first phone till I was like 19.
Because they didn't have phones back then.
No, I had a brick phone.
I think also a lot of us, because I was the same as Val, where my first phone was because like something happened where I couldn't get a hold of my parents,
Right.
and they like needed to talk to me. Like
Right.
there was a situation.
Now let me ask.
And,
I'm
yeah.
going to ask a very racist question. Not racist. A very not racist question. What do you call something about women?
Sexist?
Sexist. I knew it was one of the isses.
Not any
Ready
better,
for
but
president.
okay.
I gotta ask.
Equally offensive to
You
everybody.
know, God never gifted me a daughter.
Yes.
If he had, and I had a son and a daughter, I think that I would have treated my daughter much differently than my sons. Do you think that that girls should be tracked more than boys?
Yes.
I
I
think
say
it depends on the girl.
Well, I say it as a safety thing because it's more common that women are, because Florida is like the
Yeah.
biggest place of human trafficking, sex trafficking.
That's true.
So I think that you need to have stricter tracking on women because while both genders get kidnapped, it's more women. And so God forbid, you know, you get grabbed in a parking lot. I know my mom gets an alert whenever I leave somewhere, arrive somewhere. And so she would be like, Teddy's leaving here. Doesn't look like she's going home. Let me call and find out. Let me send the emergency signal. Let me call the cops.
And you're almost 25.
Yeah. But
So
we
we-
talked about it. Like, it wasn't a secret that she
But do
tracked
you
me.
think that's more an invasion of privacy? Because, like Dawn will tell you, when she was growing up, her parents were like chewing gum in her hair.
I think as long as you're open about it. Like my mom was really good at telling me, and I told her where I was going. I never lied. And my mom told me, I'm going to track you because I'm worried about you, and we would talk about it. But, you know, I have friends whose parents tracked them without ever telling them they didn't know for years. That's not okay.
What about dating?
See, when I was growing up, I always was the good girl. They always knew where I was. I was always with a boyfriend. I was always behaving. My sister.
No, don't give me that.
My
You were the
parents
good
went
girl.
away for a weekend, and they came back a little early. And guess what my sister had at the house?
A party.
A party. She was
But you were there.
10 or 11. I might have
You were
been.
there.
I must have been.
You were there, and you never discouraged your sister. Your sister was the devil, and you were her brain. And listen, I've seen it. My sister and my
You
brother.
think so?
Oh my God, my sister and my brother were the same. My brother was el atrevido, which means he's gonna do it. You want that piano on fire? No problem. But where he get the gasoline in the match? My sister. He burned it down, and she created the.
My brother
cable
probably
dancer.
did that.
Yeah,
Because my brother and sister are only 12 months apart.
correct. They were the devil, and you were their brain. And you're the one that put in there. And the way you do things, you like to make it so you think it's your idea.
It's everyone else's idea.
You would be the greatest vice president in the history of mankind. Because everybody would be sucking down.
Freddie says.
Yeah, right. Freddie said what Dawn says. Yeah, I can see that working out. But what about dating? Do you think that we should watch women more because of who they date? So let's say that.
Well,
that-
Vinny, you have a sister.
Yeah.
You think your sisters should be watched more than you?
do you watch your sister's boyfriends?
Depends if they're good or not. Like, if I know they're a good guy, then no.
Yeah, but how do you know that?
Is she younger or older?
Older.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Then a good guy, yes. Like,
You don't have a sister, right? It's like you got two brothers. Three brothers. Holy smoke.
I was their punching bag, so
How's your
Well
mom
done.
deal with 4 boys?
I don't know, but she
Mine
has
can
to be
barely
a
do it
queen
for one.
about it because she has 4 boys with. I wouldn't say they have the same temperament as me, but she raised 4 boys.
What's your mom's temperament?
My mom is she's like the peacekeeper. She was like every time we would get into get into spats because it is a lot of testosterone, but every time we get into spats, she always tries to handle the situation.
4 boys.
And
Wow.
make us sit down and actually talk to each other instead of being very petty, because we can be petty, especially myself.
Yeah, I can see you have a lot of your mom's traits in you.
Me?
Yeah, because you have that calm, cool thing going
He's
on.
so calm. He's so slick.
In my house, I was a member of the gang of 6.
Okay.
So I had me and my cousins, right?
Don't you wonder how your brain works, how your brain is wired?
Well, it
Seriously,
was
guys,
me-
how does he come up with
It
this
was
stuff?
me and my 5 cousins, right? Juji, Ivan, all of us. And my sister brought home a guy. So the 6 of us were hanging out in the living room, and I used to tell Mimi, I said, Mimi, we want to talk to Adam. So Adam came in. Carlos was the first one. And Carlos used to talk like this. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but that's what he used to do. So Carlos, we said to him, oh, you want to play ball with us? Because we had baseball teams. And he played ball with us. And we crucified this guy. We wanted to know all his good habits, his bad habits. What are your intentions? And he kept saying, wow, this is really a close family. And we started butchering this guy, telling him you have to bring him flowers. You miss a week of flowers, you can't date Mimi. So my sister started to hear the chirping. And we told him, don't tell her nothing. So my sister stopped bringing boyfriends to the house. And she ended up marrying Frankie. Nice guy, but didn't work out. And we told her, don't marry that guy. Do not marry this guy. And the more we told her, the more she went the other
I
way.
wonder what your sister tells your nephew. What's the baby's name?
What nephew?
Her grandson would be your nephew.
Amir?
Yes.
Yes.
What are her words of wisdom as a grandmother? Because he's already growing up.
Don't do this and don't do that.
Because
My
they live
sister said-
together.
My sister said, don't do her. Don't buy a house. Don't do nothing. Stay home. Don't. Amir, don't.
Well, here's the next thing is when you go to buy a house, what your mom and dad say. And then what the person you're buying the house with, what their parents say. You guys all still live
Where
home.
do you buy the house? Let's start with that. Would you live next to your parents?
Yes.
No.
no.
Teddy's yes,
Who's the only
Val's
one
no.
that said yes? Who said yes,
Me.
Teddy?
Teddy.
Yeah.
You have that kind of confidence. Okay.
Yeah.
Never. I told Mom I'm going to the Bronx. She lived in Manhattan.
We live 30 minutes away. It's kind of perfect.
I know, and then I moved to Manhattan right next door to her.
Although I probably would have lived next to my parents, but Chuck was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not happening.
You know, the funny thing is that I lived next to with my in-laws. Joe's lived with me, and I was right next to Michelle's mom. I got better with the in-laws. I figured the best way to her heart is through her parents.
But now I'm seeing like my kids. Aaron's looking to move with his girlfriend. He shows us this new house. He goes, "This is the new place we're living." And this was Sunday. And I'm like, "There's only one bathroom." It's okay. And it's 10 miles from work where you currently live now was 2 blocks. It's okay. We save money. I go, "But you're going to have gas, more time on the road, but the dog has a yard now to play in."
That's important to him.
That was important to him. So we gave everything we want. He went, "Don't want to hear it anymore. This is my decision." And at some point you go, you know what? You're almost 26 years old. You're a lawyer. You got a girlfriend. It's their decision. So you got to back away now at our age and just let everyone
What are
live
you
their
backing
lives.
away for? Were you want him to live in your backyard?
No. But one bathroom?
You only have one pee-pee.
Yeah, he's got 2 people, though,
You got 2 pee-pee.
at the moment.
Well, you don't use the bathroom at the same time.
And then I always think that there could be potential third, but no, I didn't just say that on air.
Yeah, but these are things that he'll decide. That's his
I
first
think that
house.
you got to figure out on
keeping
your own,
it
right?
small, keeping it, concise. It's all about the money.
Exactly what he's thinking. It's all about the money. I know.
You, because you need to have 12 bathrooms.
Well, look at this place.
1 bathroom.
One bathroom. I actually even asked when we moved in if we could expand, and they went nuts. So one thing we cannot do is have another bathroom. So what did Freddie say? Put an outhouse.
What's wrong with that?
Freddie said, "We'll put an outhouse."
No
Well, it wouldn't be
outhouse?
as sticky.
Sticky.
Slicker's hard pass.
No, you could put an outhouse for all guests. Go through that door.
Well, now there's no guests, and now it's just us.
See, we would have spent all that money on nothing.
See?
Well, you never use an outhouse? You're from the Caribbean.
I'm not saying I never use the outhouse, but I won't. Yeah, like
You don't like the outhouse?
Yeah, I won't like the outhouse feel.
Or the
I
smell.
don't like the
Oof.
porta potty feel.
You could hang a whatchamacallit?
It's okay.
Air freshener.
An air
Hard
freshener.
pass.
Do you guys ever have smells when you dream? Ever had a dream that you can smell it? Is that weird?
Little.
Cutting gas in bed does not mean. Yes, you have. That's what that means. What?
No.
I'm dreaming. The snow stinks. I'm dreaming of stuff.
Have you ever done? Is that
Stop
weird?
farting in bed and you won't smell it.
No, don't do that.
Yes, you
You're
do.
sick.
Yes, you do. You just gave it away.
How'd you? Someone's standing behind you.
It's Lenny.
Oh, hi, Lenny. I see arms moving.
Lenny.
Good morning to you.
Don't change the subject. Now we're on to something. That's funny. What? Why is my dream stink?
I like you dream in colors.
Oh,
you
that
have all
too.
these senses. You don't dream in color?
When you dream in color, you dream with angels, yeah.
You guys dream in color?
What?
Do you dream in color or black and white?
I think I dream
Definitely
like I
quickly
see.
color.
Vinny's definitely color. Girls, you don't even dream. You don't
Yeah,
remember.
I don't really dream.
I don't know.
The higher your brain waves are, the more color you add to your dream, is what I was told. I don't know if it's true.
Jeez. Let's not even talk about that then. Ready to rock and roll? What do we have at 10:30 today? Slick Speaks.
10 o'clock. Right?
10 o'clock, that's now.
6 weeks, yeah.
You ready to rock and roll that?
Correct.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking with Teen Open Mic, representative of Teen Open Mic, Jonathan.
Oh, that's the show that you did with him.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm gonna be
That's
airing
all loaded
it today.
up?
So yeah, it's being loaded up right now. But yeah, you guys are gonna see that Teen Open Mic. It's a
Interesting
basically
conversation.
giving kids a platform
Yeah.
in the tri-state area on either you're a poet.
Tri-state
Yeah.
or tri-county?
Tri-county.
We're from the north. We call everything
Well,
tri-state.
that's why I was thinking maybe he's not local.
Tri-county. Tri-county.
Tri-county.
Tri-county.
Now, I got to tell you, you got to check this show out because 6 guests did not realize that Slick had all sorts of bullets in his gun. He had podcasting and videoing and this and that. And he was on radio and everything else. And the guy says, "Yo, man, you've been holding out on me." That was a funny show. Great show. Check it out. I saw when they were taping. That was
And
a
I
lot
don't
of
even
fun.
know what else we got airing today. We got Fuego.
Who else
and
we got besides Fuego and Slick?
Oh, Mama Ali, but Mama's not here
Mama's
today.
not here. She's we have an open.
All right.
Huh?
Kelsey.
Oh, I guess
Is
Kelsey will
she
be in.
be in?
We'll see if she shows up. All right.
2 to 4.
Tune in. Have a great morning, everyone. Check out our new Kids Network airing again Saturday at 9 a.m. If you have a kid you want to spotlight or an idea for anything, let us know. 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll get you in touch with our producers.
Coloring books are included.
And I think these are a great kids' activity. I'm going to actually talk to our kids in capes. I think this could be a fun activity for them to do on
You
air.
should have the kids in capes wear that. Kids in masks or something.
I'm going to talk to them and see, but I think it'd be so much fun. You can decorate, you can put jewels on it. Can you just see the girls totally stickering these up?
I don't know about that.
Did you ever wear an eye patch as a kid? Okay, I used to decorate my eye patches. That's what makes me think of this. So it's kind of like a bittersweet
I
situation.
never wore an eye patch. I'm thinking of
I know
wearing
you-
one now as a pirate.
Yeah, but Dawn and I have weird
We
eyes.
weren't pirates. This was kind of just a thing we had to. And I had to decorate. I got to decorate my
You
eye
guys have a
patches.
lot of similarities.
I know.
Anyway.
Anyway, have a great morning, everyone. Be kind to each other. Word of the week is.
What is the word of the
What
week?
is the word of the week today, Val? Cupcake. Word of the week is cupcake. All right,
cupcake.
stay tuned. We'll see you in a little bit.
That's what I call a slick cupcake. Don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors.